welcome to this tutorial. I'm Mrs. Duffy and I'm going to show you today how to draw a classical 2, 3 and 5 circuit labyrinth. So the first one here you can see has got 2 circuits around the outside. The second one in the middle there has got 3 circuits and the final one there has got 5. What we're going to do, we're going to use what's called seed patterns or seed diagrams. And we start with these basic shapes and then we basically join the dots. And we're going to use some different variations of those today. So ultimately we're going to be able to draw a classical labyrinth and you'll be able to make variations upon those. So let's get started. You will need some paper. And we're using the Labyrinth practice book here. We're going to start with a seed diagram and a 2 circuit labyrinth. To begin with, we need one horizontal line and a vertical line and 2 dots, which we'll call seeds. So what we're going to do is you can either go left or you can go right. I'm going to start with, because of the angle of the camera, I'm going to be going left and then we'll do the right one. So we're going to start from the middle point here, from that horizontal line, top of the vertical line there, we're going to go left. And then to the right of that, we're going to take the other seed point and again go left over to the next seed point, which is this one here. Try and keep the same distance all the way around if you can for these tracks. And we'll come up here, this is why I've given you those guides. We'll bring it around like that and then back to the entrance here. So let's test this. You can trace it with your finger or you can use a coloured pencil. So I'm going to start and I'm going to come into the labyrinth and go around and back to the centre. So that's using a seed diagram going to the left, and that's a 2 circuit labyrinth. Now we're going to do a 2 circuit labyrinth going to the right, and then when we do the second one we start with a horizontal line, a vertical line and 2 dots. And as I said, this one we went left, this one we're going to go right. So from the first point, the centre point there at the top of that vertical line, go right, and then to the left of that we take the next seed point and we bring it around again, trying to keep the track uniform. Take the next seed point and then come around, and there you have it. Come in here, go around, back to the centre. So that's a 2 circuit labyrinth. Now we're going to draw a 3 circuit labyrinth. Very similar. So a 3 circuit labyrinth. And for the 3 circuit labyrinth we actually start with a plus and 4 dots, 4 more seed points. There we go. And just like we did up here, we can decide to go left or right, but we do start with the top of the vertical line. So I'm going to go from that top point to the first seed point on the left, take the next one on the right, bring it round to the next seed point, just like the first one, bring that one around, go to the next seed point on the right, bring that around and bring it back to the bottom of that plus there, and there we have it. So if I'll use a coloured pencil now, come in here, go around, make sure that it works, and again trying to keep the tracks all the same distance around. So that's 1, 2, 3 circuits. Do it one more time because it's good to practice these. So again, starting with a plus and 4 dot points. This time we're going to go right, starting at the top of the vertical line, go to the right, take the first seed point on the left of that, bring it around to the next seed point at the end of that plus there. From the other side, bring it round, and then again from the other side. And I haven't done a very good job of keeping the tracks all even there. Let's use a coloured pencil to make sure that it works. Or trace it with your finger. And it does. Okay, so that's a 3 circuit labyrinth. Now the next one I want to show you is a 5 circuit labyrinth. So for the 5 circuit labyrinth, we need to draw the cross, and we're going to add to it some new seed, but this is the 5 circuit labyrinth. So for the 5 circuit, we start with a plus, and we're going to add to that some new seed points. So I'm going to add a corner piece there and my 4 dots. So it's very much like the 3 circuit, but I'm adding these corner panels here. Again, we start with the top of the vertical line and we go to the left. We'll take the next seed point and take it to the left. Again, to the seed point on the left. From the right, around to the next seed point. And hopefully you've got the idea now. Take to the next seed point and then this one all the way around to the end. Let's check that. So we come in here, we go around and around and around, and I really like this one because you almost get to the center and then you go out again and then you come back again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circuits. That's your 5 circuits. So let's have a look at this one again, but this time we're not just going to do it to the start on the right. What we're going to do is upside down. The diagram is going upside down. So we draw our plus and we're going to put those, I'll just draw those a little bit darker for you, these ones here. So that was the pattern we started with, and I'm going to draw it darker on the side as well. This time we're going to put those corner blocks down the bottom. Do try and keep them even as well if you can. I've done that fairly rough. Right, again start at the top. So you can go left or right. I'm going to go left. So I go to the left, I take the next seed point around to the next seed point on the left. And again, I follow that around, take the next seed point over here, go around the next seed point, and I'm running out of room because of my heading there. So let's just remove that heading for a moment. Give you a bit more space to work with. And we start with the right again, come around here. Trying to keep those tracks about the same distance all the way around, back to the beginning there. So what I like about these is that the start of it takes you all the way around, almost to the beginning, and then it takes you out again. Let's try it. So in we go, around, we're near the center, but we're going to go out, go around, almost back to the center again, back around the outside of it. And now we come close to the center again, around, and then to the center. So that is the 5 circuit labyrinth. So we're going to get to practice these. We're going to go do the next sheet now in your workbook. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of revision and take a little bit step further. We're going to start with the 2 circuit labyrinth, as you remember, half of a plus, and the 2 seed dots. We'll start from the top of the vertical line there and go to the left, and then we'll take the second one and then the third one all the way around. So we've got 2 circuits. Now, so we can see what it looks like over here. Let's translate that into what it might look like in a square. So I've got a square here and I've given you the outline of it. So at the base of this square, and I might do it with this pen actually, a bit darker for you so you can see what I'm doing. So where it's dotted there, that's not going to be filled in because that's where you're going to enter the labyrinth, into the center of the labyrinth. So we've got this wall here, so or anchor, we'll bring it down there like that. And what we'll do is we're going to go around, so we come out of the labyrinth, come around here like this, and then we're going to do a U-turn around like that. So this anchor is going to go to the end. So you'll come out and around, come out and around, and then you've got a U-point, a U-bend there. So then we just fill in the line like so. Trace out the outline of the square, and I haven't done a very straight line there, but you'll get the idea of it, and we need to leave an opening now. So let's test this labyrinth. So we enter the labyrinth, we come around, we go around the outside, and then do a U-turn there, come around, and then we get to the centre in the middle there. So that's doing it with a square. Now let's do it with the circle. So again, we've got to have an opening, so I'm going to do it there, and as you saw in there, we've got a wall or an anchor that goes right to the outside to anchor it. Come out here, and then we will go around, and we're going to do a U-turn there. Go around the labyrinth, and we have the entrance here. So let's test that again. Pencil or your finger, depending how much room you've given yourself. Come in, go around, do a U-turn, come around, and then we go back to the centre. Nice and easy. So I'm just, from that, you should see how you can take a labyrinth and put it into basically any shape. So that's the 2 circuit. Let's practice the 3 circuit now. So I'll make this a little bit darker. You start with the plus and the 4 dots, 4 seed dots there. Right, starting at the to the left, then the seed to the right, take it around. You should be getting the hang of this by now, and take it right around to there. So we have the entrance. Let's test that theory. Come in here, goes around. Making sure it works is always a good idea. And we back it to the centre. And that's your 3 circuit labyrinth. So we want to translate that now into a square. So we've got that hook. And by now you should be seeing that this actually goes all the way, that hook there, goes all the way to the outside. So we'll take that all the way. Now, so you're going to come out of the centre of this, and you're going to walk along this path till you get to here, and you're going to do a U-turn. So one way, what you might do is put a little line there, so to make that a little bit more obvious for yourself. Or you turn, go up here now, along, and we're going to have another turning point here. Another U-turn, so that's that one there. Turn around. Follow the edge around the outside of the square. And then we leave a gap to enter the labyrinth. So let's test that now. Starting here, going in, go around the outside. Go in a bit closer, go around the outside. U-turn, around, and then we get to the centre. So that's a square version of the 3 circuit labyrinth. And remember, going from here, you can turn right. So you can do it left or right. But let's do it with the circle now. So we'll draw our centre here, and we need to anchor it. So we're going to come out there, we're going to go around, and then we're going to do a U-turn at that point. We'll come around here. And we need to do another U-turn, and then we'll come around, and we need an entrance there. So 1, 2, 3 circuits. Let's test it. Go in, around, do a U-turn, go around, a U-turn, round, and then we go into the labyrinth. That's your 3 circuit labyrinth in a square and a circle. So let's test now that with the 5 circuit labyrinth. Remember the pattern for the 5 circuit? So we start with, we go from the top of the vertical, we go left, take the next seed point, take it to the left, next seed point, take it to the left, next seed point, and so on, and keep doing that. And I've left something out of this. This should be a plus. And of course I need that to join up here. So let's test this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circuits. We enter here, we go around. Oops, gone over the line a bit there. Around there, do a U-turn, come back. almost to the center, go back again and around, and then we get to the center. Let's do that line again for you. So there's a next pattern there for you. So again, it's a plus, 4 dots, and these 4 angles here. Now this is a new pattern for the 5 Circuit Labyrinth. Okay, so you can do it either way, either of those patterns, seed patterns, or I've given you a new one here. So this is another way of doing the 5 Circuit Labyrinth. So very similar. We don't use the plus this time. So we're using a lot of a vertical line and 2 angles on each side. So starting on the top of the vertical, we go to the left. I'll use a pencil in case I make a mistake. To the left, to the left, and to the left. To the left. There we go. Now let's use a coloured pencil to test this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circuits. We enter, which I really like this one because it comes so close to the centre of the labyrinth, and it goes around the outside. We back on ourselves, come around, back, and we keep looking like we're going to get really close to that centre, and then finally we get to the centre. So what I've done is I've given you the circle template here, so you can practice doing the 5 labyrinth in a circle. And I've given you another template so you can do it in the square. And then I've given you a template here. If you're feeling up to it and game enough, you can try it on a star. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and all you need to do now is to practice and then decide which pattern you like the most.